friends and family. We have a very special recipe today. We are talking family recipe. We are also going to be doing bread. Everybody loves to break bread. We're going to have a little bit of a twist on a Tuscan farmhouse style bread you could make in your house. And we're going to add a little bit of Sicilian into it. Let's go ahead and get started with our ingredient list here. For this recipe, you should use a food scale. For bread, it's always going to be a lot easier to control the dough and get closer to what we need without making any on-the-fly adjustments by weighing our ingredients. So we're going to start with some Tuscan water. You can use any water you like, 200 grams. If you're in an area where the tap water doesn't taste good, just get yourself a nice bottle of spring water. We're also going to use milk. Imagine that, 100 grams of milk. Make sure you weigh or section this out because we're going to want this at room temperature. So between 70 to 78 degrees is the temperature we're looking for on the milk. We're going to do 20 grams of instant yeast. This active dry is fine. Instant yeast is a little bit faster working, just the speed of the yeast activating. What else do we need for bread? We also need all-purpose flour. Why not bread flour? Recipe says all-purpose. That's what we're doing. 500 grams of all-purpose flour. So for those of you who are keeping score, we're at 40% hydration plus on the water, plus the milk, and we're also adding ricotta cheese. 150 grams, room temperature. Galbani's is great, use whatever you have. You're also going to use some butter, unsalted, 30 grams butter, cut into small pieces. Pretty good so far. We have ricotta cheese, we have milk, we have butter, plenty of fat in this bread. It's going to be tender. And of course, so that we have the proper amount of gluten and the taste that we're really looking for, sea salt. Just 10 grams, not a lot, but it gives it everything that it needs to create a really nice bread. So we also have a pizza stone we're going to use to cook our bread on. You could use a bread pan if you have it. 400 degrees, we're going to preheat the oven. You're going to want to do that about an hour beforehand. So as you start doing the second half of the recipe, we'll let you know, go ahead, turn on the oven, let's start getting that stone warmed up. But the bread is gonna be good, I promise. We're just going to hand mix this for a few moments, and then we're going to let the KitchenAid take over and start really kneading this dough into something elastic and wonderful. At this point, we've been mixing that for about 45 seconds or so until it feels kind of like a pie crust. It's kind of flaky and sort of dry. Now we add in the ricotta cheese. You don't want to forget that when you have it on the side, last thing in the pool. Yeah, and then we'll let the KitchenAid take over. We're going to run that mixer at setting number 3 for about 10 minutes, 12 maximum. Looks like it's incorporating well so far, and it's going to be good. We know it's going to be good already. For those of you at home mixing by hand, you keep going. We're done. You can really tell in the KitchenAid once It pulls completely away from the side of the bowl, and it has that little bit of springiness. It feels very, very soft, very elastic, very supple. And what we'll do now is cover this bowl for about an hour. We're looking for the dough to double. This is the section called fermenting the dough. So we're gonna let it. What's happening? The dough has risen. Look at that. This is gonna be great. Smell it, it's smooth, it's shiny. That's what an hour and 20 minutes will give you. All right, let's get this thing on some parchment paper. We're gonna proof the round. First, we're gonna make the round, then we're gonna proof it. Okay guys, we went ahead and covered our dough rounds, which were so light, so airy. I covered them with a damp paper towel, and we don't want that dough to form a hard skin. So we want to keep it soft, supple. At this point, now is a great time. Get your pizza stone or your pan, your oven preheated to 400 degrees. I also want you to get another pan or a cast iron and put it on the bottom rack, because we're gonna throw some ice cubes in there and steam this bread up a little bit. For those of us like me and basically anybody in a non-commercial setting that does not have steam jets in their oven, we're gonna use ice cubes. It's been working forever, and it's gonna continue being a good staple for this bread. So that's our secret to you. While the rounds are proofing, it would be acceptable to me and recommended to you. Have a glass of wine, it helps the time go by. You know, of course, make sure you're following all the local laws about consumption. But for us, who can enjoy, we should and we will. Look at that. Look at that. Don't look at me. We're actually going to just move this. Oh, wow. There we go. So, dimples. Okay, so we're going to make a little experiment here. I'm going to make a couple of slices in this bread so we know which one it is. And put just a little bit of butter on top. There we go. So, no butter, butter. Let's check it out. We're just going to take the parchment paper and put the bread right on the stone on the parchment paper. Why? Now we don't have to handle it. We don't lose our shape. And then we'll be able to remove the bread on the parchment paper and put it right onto a cooling rack. So that is a kitchen hack for you. Save yourself some time and effort. Use parchment paper. It'll be fine. It makes life easy. Looking good. Looking good. It's going to cook for about 20 minutes or until golden brown. Now let's get back to our glass of wine. Okay, about 20 minutes. Whoa, looks good. Gonna let these sit here for about 2 minutes, then we're gonna pull them off of the stone and get them up on a rack. All right, so we got these off on the rack. If you remember, this one is without butter. This one is with butter and a couple of slices. So you can see it kept it a little bit lighter. But we'll definitely know that that's the one that had the butter. You can see where it melted down. The aroma is intoxicating. If you can, or if you want to, I should say, these will stay for 2 to 3 days, no problems, nice and moist, in a sealed plastic bag of some kind. Most of the times in this house, it doesn't last that long. If you're one of our neighbors and you're watching this video, let us know. We'll give you one of these. That's just a test. It's time. Bread is cool. We're ready to cut. We're ready to eat. Look at that. Perfect. Oh man. Sorry guys, I couldn't wait. I took a bite out of there. So good. This has got such a nice, rich, soft flavor to it. It's got, you know, it's a harder top, soft. Look at that. This is the way bread should be. Now I know why my family ate it so much. I'm not sure I could make this better. I'm happy I'm able to share this recipe with you. And I'm even more happy that I can't share the bread with you. Actually, it would be nice, you know, break bread with some of your YouTubers, right? Till next time, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be doing some more stuff. Some of it's going to be better than this, although at this moment I can't see how. And we'll talk to you next time. And it didn't shut off, so obviously I have more to say. See the bread in the background? You know, a little bread never hurt anybody. But I will not give this to the birds. No way. This is not going to last long. I've almost finished, a quarter of this piece right here talking on camera. I'm going to have more. We'll see you next time.